If you're looking to earn more money online, if you're struggling right now to advance your career, perhaps you're thinking, I see all these people who are doing so well, who are, creating these side hustles, and I want to get in on this online thing. How do I even start? You've come to the right show. It's office hours with yours truly. You want to make sure you come on back because you can ask me anything, and I promise you, I will answer you. Come on back, y'all. This is the greatest show ever. Office Hours with Professor Nez. Welcome, one and all. It is that time again for yours truly, Office Hours, where you get to ask me, your personal branding coach, anything at all. So great to see you guys. Please come on in. Please come on in. Make sure that you smash the smash button, that like button, and share this out. We would really, really appreciate it. If you're new to this show, if you're new to this channel, I am Professor Nez, your personal branding coach, and I help individuals and businesses just like you brand themselves online so that they can earn more, grow faster, and stress a whole lot less, whether that's related to advancing your career, growing, starting, scaling your online business, creating some extra revenue streams. That's what we're all about here. I'm an online business owner. I have two agencies, one where we help people with their brand so that they can advance their career, and also one in where we can help you grow your online business. It's so great to see you. Come on in, come on in. If you have any questions at all, make sure that you mic audio sounds different. Oh, you know what? Because I didn't turn it on. Thank you so much, Sweeney. That's why you're the best. Thank you so much. Let's see if this sounds better.
How's that sound right there? Can you hear me better? Okay, I think we're cooking. Thank you so much, Sweeney, for correcting me there. I really, really appreciate it. Silver Fox DJ in the house. How are you? Great to see you. Good to see you, Silver Fox. Thank you so much for being with us today. Please make sure you share this out. Matthew Mitchell in the house on LinkedIn. My job worst enemy is no electioneering signs. No electioneering signs. I don't really know what that means. Please let me know what that means, Matthew. Great to see you. Thank you so much, Sweeney. Sweeney, my main mod in charge. It is so great to see you, Sweeney Dunstan. Thank you so much for being here with us. And look who it is. The myth, the legend, Kenneth Dunner, KD Jr. Professor Nez is in the house. Such a gem of a gentleman. I'm going to read the whole thing because he gets mad at me if I don't read the whole thing. Good to see you, KD. A friend of mine and to millions who shares his goodness with others for the betterment of humankind. Oh, you're just making me blush. You're embarrassing me. Thank you so much, KD. You're the man. It's so great to see you. Please make sure that you share this out. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing really, really well. I'm sorry. I have to first start and say that I apologize that I actually, I had to go a little bit later than usual today. Usually we go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. But I had a little bit of some family stuff that kind of rolled up last second. This is what happens, and this is a part of it. And I like to be transparent with you guys. So I'm really, really excited to be here. And if you have any questions at all, please make sure that you leave them in the chat down below. Great to see you, George Fisher. How are you, sir? George Fisher in the house. Good to see you, George, on LinkedIn. Fantastic. KD says, read the rest of it. Don't make demands of me, KD. I love you to death. I can't read all that. I can't read it. It'll take too long. And plus, it's you have to read it. I have to have you read it. Matthew says, I'm currently working. Okay, fantastic. Good for you. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And currently working. Good for you on a Sunday. I hope you're doing well, Matthew. This is something that a lot of people tell me. A lot of people will ask me, Nez, how do you do it? You seem to always be putting out videos, putting out content. You've got your podcast, which, by the way, holy macadamia nut, am I off today? If you haven't heard about our live stream podcast, it's literally like plugging the greatest university on earth in your eardrums. I don't know about you. Let me know in the chat how many of you actually listen to podcasts? And also let me know how many podcasts you're subscribed to. And for the love of God, are you subscribed to our podcast? Holy macadamia nut. I don't know if you know this, but and I left a link in the description down below. But we've been running a online mentoring program where you could actually jump on here live and get a free coaching call from me. And the way to enter that contest, just in case you haven't realized this, and maybe you're new to our show, is by going to Apple Podcasts, going to Nez Nation, going to Apple Podcasts, and writing us an honest 5-star review, because it better be 5 stars for the love of God, and then screen sharing that on social by tagging me and using the hashtag NezNation. And you can enter to win. We do a random selection, and you can enter to win to be get a free coaching call from me. I mean, some of my consultations cost thousands of dollars. So this is a chance for you to get a free coaching call from somebody who's been in this business for over 2 decades. And so I think that's very, very valuable, and I would really, really appreciate that. Let me know how many of you. Okay, Matthew says he does. Good to see you, Annie B. Thanks for this video. You're absolutely welcome. Good to see you, Annie B. I love these because when I was, I learned so much, by, in my commute to, I still teach part-time at the university. I am actually a business communications professor, and I would listen to all these amazing podcasts on, business and marketing and finance and investing and I mean, just all these cool, and even, I love just kind of entertaining podcasts too, like the Joe Rogan podcast is a great podcast that I listen to just for entertainment and good conversation, stimulating conversation. And I mean, literally in 3-4 years, I learned more about what was happening in the current marketplace than I think I ever would have had I gone to get an MBA. And I tell this to my students all the time. You need to always be learning. You need to always be absorbing, what's happening right now, because education is falling behind. By the time that you graduate, by the time you leave the commencement stage, unfortunately, your knowledge is already antiquated. And so I've been telling my students, and I've been telling, everyone alike, that this is part of being somebody. If you really, really care about your career, maybe not only just advancing it or getting a promotion or changing careers, but just sustaining and maintaining your career, because it's all about relevancy. Or if you really want to earn more money, if you're tired of working at the same job, and we're living in the goldenest age of opportunity. Yes, I use the word goldenest. It is a word now. I've made it a word because it gets me so pumped up and so excited. This is the era now to do this. You can create. I'm living proof that this stuff works. Okay. I've got 2 online businesses that I've worked my butt off. I mean, Matthew, you say you're working right now. I love that. I mean, that makes me excited. That inspires me because I work 7 days a week and I love it. I don't even consider it work. I mean, my wife and a lot of people, my friends, think I'm crazy, but I absolutely love it because there's nothing I love more than inspiring people and transforming lives. It's the greatest thrill, the greatest joy of my life. And so, this is an opportunity for, I think, a lot of people to really take a chance, take a risk, work your butt off, and not have to, pay $100,000 for an MBA, but actually learn what's happening in the real world. And my podcast, I think, brings a tremendous amount of value, and I hope you'll go subscribe to it and listen to it. I would love for you to do that. Let me know how many podcasts that you're actually subscribed to, and I'll tell you how many I am. I'm not subscribed to a ton of podcasts. I'm subscribed to maybe I'm maybe subscribed to about Probably, I would say probably two or three at the most. I would say, and because I really, really value, there's just so many out there, and I don't have that much time, and I really try to focus on a few. There was at one point I was subscribed to like 10 podcasts, and so I just couldn't do it. But now it's down to maybe three or four, and I really have a nice. I love listening to. I mean, I actually listen to podcasts more than I listen to iTunes, to music, and I love music. Great to see you, Anthony. How are you? Always learning. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that if you're out there right now and you're wondering why, Skip got the promotion over me, or why Stacy got the promotion over me. One of the things that I see a lot of, and I have a lot of clients, who have mentioned this to me too, is, I feel like I'm more qualified. Why did I get passed up? I feel like I have more to offer. I feel like I was in line for that promotion. One of the things, it's very hard, and I want to first say I empathize. I want to first say I understand. One of the things that I try to tell my clients all the time is, instead of worrying about that, instead of focusing that energy on why, make sure, make sure that you actually demonstrate and put in the time to show them. Don't tell them that you should have deserved it. Show them that you should have, that you could have deserved it. And so this is really, really important, because this is a part of really understanding relevancy. This is a part of really understanding the power of making sure that you can demonstrate in a three-dimensional way why you deserve to work at the highest level, why you deserve that salary, and show them. And one of the ways in showing them is by being relevant. And one of the ways by being relevant is to understand that building your brand, understanding how to communicate your value, making it all about them, is absolutely essential. It's absolutely essential. Hey Tyler, how you doing on YouTube? I'm not doing any. I'm not bringing people up on the stream. I don't usually do that. I had another question about that too, but I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask them in the chat. Any questions at all? And so you can ask me anything. And in case you're just joining us, just really quickly, you are watching Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach. You can ask me anything. This is a show where we go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can ask me any question at all about advancing your career, building your personal brand, monetizing your personal brand, creating content, starting, growing, scaling your online business. Feel free to leave that in the chat, and I'm happy to answer. Yeah, I'm not. Sorry, Tyler, that's not going to happen. So here's. I'm getting a lot of this today. This is very interesting. I've never gotten this before. I don't know why I'm getting so much of this today. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who wants to jump on the call, but I don't know who you are, and so I hope you understand. This is a show that we put on. We put a lot of energy. I put a lot of time. And I can't just have random people come on. If you want to ask me in the chat and you want to be a part of this community, I've got people who've been a part of this community for over 5 years. That's fantastic. But I'm not just bringing people up on the stream that I don't know, and I don't know what your agenda is. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your objective is. Even though you might have great intentions, I hope you understand. I just can't do that. But feel free to ask questions. Feel free to ask questions in the chat, and I'm happy to answer them, especially if they're relevant, and especially if they contribute to this sort of mission statement here. The mission statement here at Nez Nation: we're bringing more humanness to this digitalness. I see a lot of people talking about. I haven't even watched it yet, and I refuse to watch it. But a lot of people are commenting on. How many people have seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix? How many people have seen that show? It's on it's a really highly recognized or highly talked about documentary on Netflix. And, I'm not going to talk at length about this because I actually haven't seen it, and I kind of refuse to see it. because I have no desire to watch another show or documentary or series that says we're all robots and automatons and that's just not my thing. And so I truly believe I have built some of the greatest relationships. I have met some of the most amazing people, such as Sweeney Dunstan, Anthony, KD, George Fisher, DJ, Silver Fox, DJ. And I'm so sorry, Silver Fox. Let me know your first name again. I apologize. I know we're connected on LinkedIn, and I want to make sure that we understand. Okay. Thank you so much, Sweeney. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it probably is. And you can feel free to block them if you want. Thank you, Sweeney. I've done it before. I've brought people on the stream. I have no problem with that. I need to know who you are. You need to be a part of the community. And this is, you know what? Since nobody's asking a question, I'm going to answer this question. How do you get on somebody's show? Well, this is how you don't get on somebody's show. You don't get on somebody's show and demanding to get on their stream or demanding to get on their show. And then wondering why, everybody is, then wondering why you're getting so much pushback. Okay. You have to, again, it's the same thing. I love this. This is a perfect example. Dave Cooper in the house. Good to see you, Dave Cooper. How are you, sir? Fantastic. Please make sure you smash that smash button and you share this out. You demonstrate, you participate, you engage. You don't just say, hey, I want to be on your show. Hey, put me on your show. Why are you being such a jerk? Why are you being such a... No, that's not how it works. I hope you're still here, whoever you are. I mean, Tyler, Craig, I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before. And you said you've watched my content for a very long time, and then you demand to be on my show when I don't know who you are. I put a lot of time, energy, and focus in my live stream shows. I don't just bring anybody on. I get requests all the time. I get requests from influencers who I actually do know, and I don't put them on my show. And it's just not done that way. If you want to get on somebody's show, here's how you do it. I'm going to give you the step-by-step formula on how you do it. You participate, you contribute, you engage, you be a part of the community first. You don't spam. You don't just say, hey, put me on. You don't just say, hey, I want to be on your show. You don't just make demands. Same thing with advancing your career. Same thing with growing an online business. You be a human. Be a human being, okay? That's how you do it. And so I hope that makes sense. And I hope that, look at this, perfect. You want to talk about a professional. Dave Cooper is a professional. Dave Cooper is a business owner. He's a fantastic business owner. He's a fantastic LinkedIn live streamer. This is how you do it. Interact on prior shows. Be a part of the community. You need to show me who you are. You need to demonstrate to me that you have the right type of character, integrity, that you're civil, that you're a human being. I don't know who you are. You can't make demands until I know who you are. That's not how you get on somebody's show. I'm not going to go to Joe Rogan and be like, hey, Joe Rogan, put me on your show. You want to get on somebody's show? This is how you do it. You demonstrate to them what's in it for them. What are they going to get out of you being on their show? What value can you bring to your audience? This is why communication is so important. And I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing for love for you. Whoever, I don't know, it looks like you're logging into different accounts now and trying to do the same thing. I have no problem with you, brother, sister. I'm not mad at you. I'm trying to teach you. Okay. I can't go on, and I'm not saying that I'm Joe Rogan. I'm not even close to Joe Rogan, but I'm just saying as an example, it's the first thing that popped in my head. You could use anybody you want. You could use NPR. You could use, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I can't just be like, hey, let me on your show. You should put me on your show. Can I come talk to you? No, that's not how it works. They're going to be like, who the F are you? Get out of here. Not even close. They're not going to give me the time or day. Okay, they're just not going to give me the time or day. Hey, how you doing, Marmy? Is it Marmy? Marmy says that is so true. Great to see you on LinkedIn. Being a part of the community is the key. Being a role model for others is essential. Hey, Greg, is that the same guy? Greg, who are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm talking about people who, and it might be you. Maybe you're logging into a different account now, which is fine. I hope you listen to this. And by the way, if you're just joining us, this is Office Hours with yours truly, Professor Nez. I'm your personal branding coach, online business owner, executive career coach, helping you to grow faster, earn more, and stress a whole lot less. We also talk a lot about mindset on here too. And so leave your questions in the chat down below. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. This is about demonstrating. This is about showing your humanness. That's what it's about. If you want to advance your career, if you want to grow a business, if you want to get on somebody's show, which is actually a great way to build your brand. I actually advocate that a lot for people who want to grow their podcast or grow their live stream show. The best way to do that is to actually get on other people's shows. And how do you do that is exactly what Marmy, exactly what Dave Cooper said. They said, hey, you got to be a part of the community. You got to bring value, add value. Making demands is just not the way to do it. Making demands isn't going to do it. Not saying, hey, I want to be on your show. That's just not going to work. And so I hope that makes sense. I really, really do. I hope that makes a lot of sense. And I wish you nothing but the best. But you're not coming on my show. Not like that. And so, I mean, look at Sweeney Dunstan. Sweeney Dunstan, I've known Sweeney Dunstan. He's been a member of this community forever. He's never even been on my show. But guess what? I just did a recent collaboration with him. He's been such a strong part of this community. He's been a human being to me. He doesn't make any demands. He's respectful. He's humble. And by the way, I would have Sweeney Dunstan jump on here in a second if he wanted to. Because I know who he is. He's demonstrated to me. He's shown who he is. Bring value. Bring your humanness to the situation. Okay. I mean, it's like you don't go to, it's like, I mean, for the love of God. I mean, it should be very, very obvious, but it's okay that it's not. I mean, you don't go up to a girl that you like and say, hey, jump in my car. I mean, that's not going to work. You're going to get slapped. You don't say, hey, you should have me come over to your house. Who the hell are you? I mean, it just doesn't work that way. This is my house. This is my sacred area. I'm not just going to have anybody jump in here. It's just not going to happen. I apologize, but that's just the way it is. Okay, enough of that. So I've talked enough about that. I hope that makes sense to whoever you are listening. And I hope you still come hang out with us. And I hope you do show me that you can be a part of the community. I would really, really appreciate that. I have no problem with that. Sweeney says, been around for 3 years, man. And I hope to God, Sweeney, that you're around for 100 more. I hope you're around for 100 more, brother. I really do. Really, really proud of you. And by the way, I just made Sweeney Dunstan. Sweeney, when did I make you a mod? I made you a mod not that long ago, did I? And I know sometimes it hurts. Believe me, I've asked. There's nothing wrong with making the ask. There's nothing wrong with asking to be on a show, but you got to warm them up. You got to warm them up. I got to know who you are. I got to get a vibe. I got to get a feeling. Same thing that I tell my clients, okay, who are looking to change jobs or accrue a job or, start a business. People don't hire your credentials. People don't hire or buy your accolades. People don't hire or buy what you did in the past. They hire and buy your energy. People don't buy products. People buy brand, energy. I mean, here's a perfect example about this. How many people have heard about what's going on at Disneyland right now? Let me know in the chat if you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anthony, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anthony. I will definitely tell you more. Thank you. I'm going to get to that question. Thank you so much, Anthony, for asking that. Please stick around for my answer. How many of you know what's happening at Disneyland right now? Anybody know what's happening at Disneyland right now? Let me know in the chat. Something big is happening at Disneyland right now. This is a theme park, okay, in Anaheim, California. It's been there forever, over 60, 70 years, I think. In the 50s, I think it got built, or maybe even the 40s, I can't remember. Walt Disney is the founder and visionary, obviously, of Disney. How many people know what's happening at Disneyland right now? Anthony, I'm going to get to your question. Thank you so much. Let me know in the chat down below if you know what's happening at Disneyland right now, because it is really, really interesting. It's really, really interesting what's happening at Disneyland right now. So, what's happening right now is there is a huge protest. A huge protest. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, 1955. There is a huge protest outside of Disneyland. Not about discrimination, not about the protests that are normally happening or the ones that we've seen in the last 4 or 5, 6 months. These are actual patrons, actual customers demanding that Disneyland open up. And by the way, Walt Disney is a notorious. He's had a lot of allegations against him for anti-Semitism and God knows a ton of other things. I think discrimination. I think even misogyny or what have you. But there is a huge demonstration outside of Disneyland, probably right now as we speak, of patrons, customers, loyalists demanding that Disneyland open up. Disneyland's been closed since March, okay, since the pandemic began. And there is a contingency of people. How amazing is your brand? How absolutely powerful and compelling is your brand that you've got actual people trying to beat down your doors and say, open up, we want to give you money. I mean, how amazing is your brand? As a matter of fact, there was a, I think I heard it on the news. There was a woman there with her 95-year-old mother. Her 95-year-old mother in the blistering heat. This was yesterday too. I mean, it's cooled down a little bit today, but yesterday it was like in the upper 80s yesterday. And I live closer to the ocean, so I can't imagine how hot it was in Anaheim. Anaheim is much more inland, so it must have been 90 or 85 or 89 at least. And so this is just absolutely amazing. This is just absolutely amazing that this is just absolutely amazing that how powerful of a brand do you have to have? How powerful of a brand do you have to have that you've got people beating down your doors saying, open up, I want to give you money? I mean, that is branding, y'all. That is a powerful brand. People don't buy your credentials. People don't buy your accolades. People don't buy a product or service. They're buying you. They're buying a feeling. What feeling can you give them? That's absolutely instrumental. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We need more positivity. Umesh, how are you, Umesh? Great to see you. If you're just joining us right now, you are watching Office Hours with yours truly, online business owner, personal branding coach, Professor Nez. You can ask me anything, any question at all about how to make money online, how to earn more, grow faster, how to stress less. This is the show. We go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, and I hope you will smash us a like. I would really, really appreciate it. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, Anthony, I want to get to your question. Anthony says, and please leave your questions in the chat down below. Anthony says, last week you were talking about being visible and showing who you are. Can you tell us more? Putting yourself out there. Yes, thank you so much. I use the example. That's a great question, Anthony. I use the example of the viral video on TikTok, okay? A lot of us are afraid to put ourselves out there. And when I say put ourselves out there, I don't mean you have to do a live stream show and have a huge microphone and pay all this money for equipment. No, you can use what's in your back pocket. Who are you? What value do you bring? How do you help? How do you serve? How do you solve problems? What can people gain from what you put out there? What's your personality? What's your vibe? If there's anything, how many people know what I'm talking about? That viral video on TikTok where the guy was drinking the ocean spray and listening to the Fleetwood Mac song, I mean, you want to talk about the power of putting yourself out there. The Fleetwood Mac song, which was produced in the 70s, is number one on the charts again. It's been number one on the charts for weeks. This dude who, came from very modest means, actually, I think he was struggling. He's got a brand new truck or something. Ocean Spray bought him a brand new truck. Ocean Spray sales are up the roof. Cranberry juice is up the roof. He's got multiple deals. He's got that video has over 30, 40 million views by now. It's probably way more than that. I'm not even giving it justice. He's got multiple brand deals. All his videos have gotten over millions of views. He's monetized his brand. This guy has built an empire in the last 3 weeks just by putting himself out there. Most people say the reason they don't want to put themselves out there is, what do I have to offer? What can I bring to the table? Why would anybody want to listen to me? Or what's the point of me being more visible? This is modern communications. Personal branding is just a phrase. It literally just means modern communications. Your resume, okay, is your brand. Your brand is your resume. The resume is dead. I'm an executive career coach, and I help people with their resumes, and I'm telling people the resume is dead. What you're seeing right now, is your resume. I'm living proof that this stuff works. Do you know how many keynote speeches I've been able to accrue? How many contracts I've been able to accrue? How many clients I've been able to gain just by putting myself out there and saying, hey, if you need help with this, I can help. And this is how. Putting yourself out there and being more visible, that's personal branding. And I would highly recommend, that you start very simple. Just start very, very simple. It doesn't have to necessarily be a live stream show or a YouTube channel. Just putting out a couple of interesting thoughts about who you are. What's your story? What industry are you a part of? And how do you contribute to that industry? How can you help people with similar problems? How can you help people who have problems in that your expertise can be a solution for? It's just putting yourself out there is just modern communications. That's literally it. Just modern communications. That's what it's all about. Yes, Marmy says, I know that video. They gave him a truck of ocean spray. It's amazing. Look at this. Marmy, thank you so much for being here, Marmy. Marmy says he is now selling his merch, shirts. I know, I saw that. Thank you so much for reminding me. He also has a lawyer now to help him with legal issues. Interesting. The resume is no longer applicable these days. I mean, in the strictest sense, yes, people obviously want to see your resume. But I mean, basically, this is your three-dimensional resume. Your personal brand is your three-dimensional resume. I've been telling people to do website resumes where they create a very simple, you can do this with Wix, with WordPress, Squarespace, whoever, where you can just literally, and actually, as a matter of fact, a lot of companies are using softwares now and actually asking people to create a video answering questions that they predetermined. Why? Because they want to get a taste of your energy. I have one video on my website that has garnered hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of coaching contracts. And I'm not saying this to brag. Look, guys, there's nothing unique about me or special about me or even original about me, right? There's tons of people doing this. This is the golden age of opportunity. We've never been able to go directly to our audience like this before, without having to go through the newspaper, without having to go through television, without having to go through radio. With all these beautiful technologies and innovations and media platforms, we can go directly to our consumer. We can go directly to the hiring manager on LinkedIn. We can message the CEO of the company that we want to work for. It's never been more powerful. Putting yourself out there is not just creating video content and live streams and podcasts and going throughout. Putting yourself out there is engaging in the landscape that is relevant. That's what it is. I mean, that's another definition for personal branding. Engaging in the landscape that is relevant to the times that we live in. This is where it's all happening. I have a question for you. Anthony, thank you so much. I hope you're still here. I have a question for you. Because this is really about attention, too. It's all about garnering attention. If you want to grab attention, you need to know where the eyeballs and earballs are. I call them the eyeballs and earballs. It's all about that. When you go to Starbucks, when you go to the grocery store, when you go get gas, fill your car up with gas, when you go to Target or whatever, when you look around, okay, let's say you're standing in line. When you're looking around, what's everybody doing? I want to see in the chat. Let me know. I have a direct question for you guys, Nez Nation. When you go to Starbucks, when you go to Ralph's, when you go to Target, when you go to pump gas or the DMV or whatever, anything outside, which we're not really doing a lot of that right now. Jennifer Crocus Cooper in the house, JKC. I like calling you JKC. I hope that's okay. How are you? So great to see you. JKC in the house. A big fist bump and a big hallelujah. And how are you? Thank you so much for being here. Make sure, please, that you smash the smash button, aka that like button down there. Make sure you share this out. I would really, really appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. Marmy says texting and social media. That's more specific than I was looking for. The answer I was really looking for, thank you, Marmy, that's perfect, is what Anthony said. Everyone is on their phones. So why do you think it is, thank you so much, Anthony, why do you think it is that mobile optimization is everything now? Why do you think Apple has these events every single year, right, where they show off the new iPhone? I mean, the iPhone 12 is not that much different than the iPhone 11. I got the iPhone 11. Every model, I mean, there's little things, little nuances and little details. But I mean, the reason that they have these large, huge events is that this phone, this unbelievable technology that actually has a computer chip in it that is more advanced than the computer processors that put the first men on the moon. Think about that. This is our life control, our remote control for our life. I can't live without my phone, without my business. I just couldn't. There's no way in a million years. It's not even about just, mindlessly searching social media, but I can't live without it, without my business. It's everything to me, right? I need it. It's my mobile command center, right? Yes, everybody's on their phones. And so we can judge that. We can criticize that, or I tend to lean on, being non-judgmental and just really acquiescing and catering to that attention, adapting to that attention. That's what it's all about. That's what personal branding is. That's what putting yourself out there is. That's what being more visible is. And you don't have to be Steven Spielberg. You don't have to be Stanley Kubrick. You don't have to be Ryan Gosling or Brad Pitt. You just gotta be. Here's it. You want to know what the secret sauce is? Here's the secret sauce. You don't have to have fancy equipment. You don't have to have a fancy microphone. You don't have to have fancy studio lights. You don't have to have fancy anything. All you need is that's necessary is in your back pocket right now. And all you need to do is this one simple thing. You just gotta be capital R, real. You've heard me say it many, many times before, but that's literally the essential. You just gotta be capital R, real. If you do that, you will succeed. I promise you, if you do that, you will succeed. And so just make sure that you understand that, because this is the era that we live in. Until things change, this is the era that we're living in. I mean, my wife, we were on our way yesterday. We were on the road. My wife yesterday, she was watching Netflix on her phone. She had headphones in, and she was watching this new haunting show or whatever on Netflix. She got sucked into it, and she was watching it on her phone. Right? It was a long drive. We were driving to see some family friends, and she was watching Netflix on her phone. Look at your loved ones. You don't even have to go out and observe society. Look at what are your loved ones doing. My kids know more about YouTube than I do, and I've had a YouTube channel since 2017, 2016. And so it's not about you. Okay, if you want to earn more money, grow faster, and stress less, you need to make it about them. It's not about you. It's not about what you want. It's not about griping about the past. It's not about, God, I wish we could go back to the way things used to be. It's, if you want to be a crusader, be a crusader. That's fantastic. All the power to you. I wish you nothing but the best. But if you want to actually flourish in the current landscape that we're living in right now, everything I'm saying is absolutely monumental to that. Marmy says she's in the New York subway. Everyone is checking all their phones before getting to their destination. Hashtag digital world. Thank you so much, Marmy. You just proved my point in real time. That's what I want to be very clear about this, Nez Nation. Everything that I'm talking about, everything that I discuss, this isn't theory. I'm not your average professor. This is not just theory. Okay, I'm a practitioner. I do this every single day. I create content. I put myself out there every single day. Okay, I love it. I love it because it's in my DNA to help people. I love inspiring people because I remember in my dark days and my depressed days and my stressed days and my lost days how the inspirers pulled me out of the darkness, and I just want to be another link in the chain. And so I have the audacity to believe I have something to say that will help people, and the proof is in the pudding. When I get messages, it's not about money for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of money to be made, but when I get messages, Nez Nation, that say, Nez, you absolutely opened my eyes. Nez, I'm starting a business and I'm starting to see things work. Nez, I was thinking about killing myself. And then I watched your video. And I decided not to. When I get that, that's everything. That's absolutely everything to me. Because I've been there. I've been in there. I've really been there where I didn't know what tomorrow was going to bring. I didn't even know if I wanted to see tomorrow. I love to inspire. I love to share. I love to help. It's the greatest feeling on earth. It's really a feeling of purpose for me, is to serve. And that's why I'm here giving my time for free. I'm not asking for any monetization. I'm not selling anything. I'm here every single Sunday for free to help and inspire. And I'm not making demands here. I don't demand a thing from anybody. I just hope you get something out of this, period. That's it. And so, Jennifer, JKC, watch Nez, not Netflix. Now that should be a shirt. I'm going to make that a t-shirt, JKC. You're going to get some royalties on that. Love it. These days, people spend more time on their phones than talking. I like the secret sauce of just being real. Yes, Anthony. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to be. Thank you so much, Marmy. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Don't try to be something that you're not. You just be you. Because I see people all the time, when they, and one of the things, I'll just give you one of the things that I tell a lot of my clients, especially my executive clients and professionals like you guys on LinkedIn. One of the things I tell them all the time is to create a 1 to 3 minute, LinkedIn has become a content branding platform. Your LinkedIn profile is your virtual business card. It's literally, you don't even need a website. Your LinkedIn profile is your website. The next time you go to a party, when somebody says, what do you do? Instead of that kind of dread of, oh God, what do I say? Or how do I say it without Just tell them this. It's very easy. If you work on your LinkedIn profile, which, by the way, I've got a ton of videos on my YouTube channel about how to build your LinkedIn profile, how to build your LinkedIn presence. I'll leave those in the description down below. But if you go to youtube.com/Professor Nez, I got an entire playlist called LinkedIn Branding. It's like 15 videos, everything you need to know about LinkedIn. Got you covered. The next time somebody says, what do you do? Just say, pull out your phone. And 99% of them will have the LinkedIn app. Say, search me on LinkedIn and actually connect with me on LinkedIn. You can make connections and network. If you do your LinkedIn profile right, if you put yourself out there right, if you create your brand right on LinkedIn, you don't have to say anything when they say, what do you do? This is what I do. I say, pull out your phone. Search Professor Nez on LinkedIn, or just even search Professor Nez on Google, because it's the first thing that shows up on Google search is your LinkedIn profile. That's a biggie too, y'all. That is a real biggie too. Trust me on that. I absolutely love you guys. I just want you to know, just absolutely thrilled. I love coming here every single week, and I love being a part of these awesome live streams. And I love that you guys are a part of these awesome live streams. And don't forget, sorry, I had an eyelash on my keyboard. I'm kind of a stickler for that. And don't forget, by the way, we've got a podcast. You got to go check out the podcast. We've got a podcast where you don't have to watch anything. You can listen to all of these on our podcast. We're on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. We're everywhere. So go check that out. Go check that out. Marmy says, everyone has been there, including me. It is a part of being human. Challenges. Yes. Hashtag challenges. Absolutely. Any other questions before we kind of wrap things up here on the show? I'm happy to answer any questions at all. Please let me know if you have any other questions at all related to branding, business, career, anything at all. Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly, your personal branding coach, online business owner, executive career coach. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on LinkedIn, YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, and my Twitch channel too. So I hope you guys will subscribe, hit all notifications, make sure you follow the hashtag NezNation on LinkedIn, and follow me on my profile. It's the very big blue button. If you just go to Professor Nez on my profile, you'll see the follow button, and then you will get notified. JKC, here was the other t-shirt idea. Make it measurable. Oh, I love that. She was a fabulous guest of Dave Cooper and Miles. Big shout out to Dave Cooper and Miles Biggs. Love those guys. They're doing absolutely fantastic things. That's great. Make it measurable. I love that. Thank you so much, JKC. Okay, we got a question from Marmy. What is the fastest way to monetize in a new podcast? So here's the fastest way to monetize in a new podcast. When you're brand new, it's important to first make sure that you understand your audience and you deliver the goods, okay? Make sure that you have a product that's worth monetizing. And so do everything you can. I always tell new people, don't even think about monetizing right away. Create the best show that you can. Build your audience, build that engagement, build your community, and then the monetizations will happen. Now, that's the macro kind of answer. The quick, easy, and tactical answer is go to anchor.fm, put your podcast on there, and you can actually get advertisements. You can actually monetize. It's not a lot of money, especially if you don't have a large audience, but you can actually start making money, passive income. I make passive income. I think I make a couple of $100 a month with my podcast because it's a very low CPM for people who are not, with millions and millions of followers and subscribers and listeners. But it's a great way to monetize quickly. If you go to anchor.fm, put your podcast on there, and it's actually the easiest way too. I talk about this on my podcast. It's actually the easiest way to monetize and even create a podcast. Go to anchorfm.com, Marmy, and that's the fastest way. And then what I've been doing, speaking of sponsors, what I've been doing is I've created a media kit, which if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you can see an example of my media kit in my featured section. If you go to my featured section and just select all, It's important if you want to get sponsorships and brand deals that you have a media kit, which is essentially a resume for creators, right? For content creators. And so what I've been doing is reaching out to brands and companies that I admire, that I believe in, that I think align with my values and bring value to my audience, and creating opportunities for us to be partners. And that's a really great way to monetize your podcast. And you can do that today. Just start reaching out to brands, even local businesses too, and say, hey, I have a podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, what have you. And then, and see if they're interested in doing a pre-roll or a mid-roll ad. And, you can actually, make a lot of money doing that. And it can be very, very fast. And so, but again, I want to caveat everything with making sure that you really create. You're absolutely welcome, Marmy. I hope you stick around. I hope you come next week too. It's so great to have you. I love your engagement. I really do. It's really important to focus on what the audience gets out of your show. Focus on and really use metrics and analytics. Most of these platforms that you use will give you analytics and metrics. Even Apple Podcasts will give you analytics that are free. And so it's really important that you demonstrate to brands, that you demonstrate to companies. Again, it's all about showing, not telling. Show them why they should partner with you. Show them why they should engage and sponsor your podcast or anything like that. And so it's really, really, really important. I hope that helps. And by the way, speaking of sponsorships, our eternal sponsor of the show is BeyondTheBoxAcademy.com. If you got anything out of this show today, if you're like, wow, I really got some good, fundamental, interesting starter points and starter answers to my questions, or I really get a good vibe here that this is something I can do, guess what? We've got unbelievable flagship courses, multiple 5-star reviewed courses that walk you step by step, hand in hand, how to earn money, start and grow, build your personal brand, advance your career, and get yourself out of your own way. These are courses that are normally thousands of dollars, have been reduced over 70%. I think our flagship course right now is below $400. And you can go sign up right now if you go to beyondtheboxacademy.com. Where do I start, Nez? What platform do I start? What kind of content should I start creating? Where do I even begin? I don't even know where to. It's just so overwhelming. There's all this information out there that actually is free. There's a ton of information out there that's free. But if your time is valuable to you and you don't want to spend hours and hours and maybe even getting the wrong kind of advice, you want to go to beyondtheboxacademy.com. I'll leave a link in the description on YouTube. But this is the ultimate online academy where yours truly will be teaching you. I've got our flagship course, personal branding course, is over 3 hours long and very easy to follow, step-by-step modules from an actual business communications professor, for the love of God. And I reduced all these prices because of COVID. I just felt like I had to. I felt I had to reduce the prices because it just, I don't know, I just felt like I needed to do it. I'm not trying to say I'm special or anything. I'm sure every business has done this. But these are courses that are over $1,000, now reduced over 70%. And they're certified by me. I'm not just an online dude. I'm an actual business communications professor. I've been teaching for over 20 years. And I'm also a practitioner. I own online businesses. And so if you're interested in going further and you're like, Nez, I want to do what you do. Nez, I want to earn more money. I want to make money online. I want to build a brand that communicates my reputation, my ethics, my integrity, and shows people the value I can bring to them. Go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. You will not, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. And by the way, if you are, just send me a message. I'll give you all your money back. I'm not even worried about it. I want you to get the most value possible. And so, go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. We have several flagship courses that have all been reduced, and you will get a ton, I mean an absolute ton of value from that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been such a pleasure and honor, Nez Nation, to meet with you this week. As I said before, we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. This office hours with yours truly, where you can ask me anything. If you're just joining us, the replay will stay on YouTube. It will stay on LinkedIn. I think it will stay everywhere on Facebook as well. If you want to check out the replay, by all means, we got a lot of great things that we covered today. I thought we had a fantastic time, and I really appreciate it. Absolutely, thank you so much, Anthony. It's been a real great pleasure. Thank you, JKC, and give my best to Dave and Miles and everybody. I got to bring them on the show very soon. I have to. And JKC, I'd love to have you on too. So let me know. I'll send you guys a link because you guys are just fantastic. Thank you, Sweeney Dunstan. Thank you, KD. Thank you, Matthew Mitchell. Thank you, everybody, for being on the show today. It's really been, Marmy, you've been fantastic. I really appreciate all of you guys. It means the absolute world to me that you join me every single Sunday. Have a wonderful week. And don't forget, make sure you go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com if you want to take your brand to the next level and figure out exactly where to start. Thank you so much. I love you all. Have a fantastic week. I'll see you next Sunday.